Okay, call to order at 4:07. Roll call, Tom Schra.
Yep.
Jason Whirling.
Here.
Beth Collins-Fisk. Dave Waddington. Sherry Waddington. Chris Mailing.
Here.
Annette here. Tandra.
Here.
Devin. Barb Rose. Sean Coakley.
Here.
Bernie Seiler. Larry Wren.
It's
Linda
recording.
Carroll.
Oh,
We-
you went on last year.
It's saying that we're recording from here, so let me, maybe I can change the source here. PC, camera select. Okay. Still there? Okay, well, it says it's recording, so we'll just keep moving with it.
All right, looking over September.
Says no signal on our screens.
Yeah, I don't know why it's
Come on.
record view.
Accept.
I know there's one deletion as a guest. Mike Zoloff was also here. And then the approval of, should have been the August minutes.
Motion to accept with the corrections.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion passes. All right. So yes, Jason?
We sort of have a guest. We have Linda Carroll, our recreation admin assistant, fresh off of a little time before when she came on, she had a scheduled vacation, so now she's here and won't take a day off until 2025.
2025, yep.
2025.
I need to sign it.
So if everyone wants to, Linda, if you want to just maybe introduce yourself and
So I'm Linda Carroll. I've lived in Sandusky over 30 years, married to Sean Carroll, and super excited about this new position and helping continue move the city forward. Many of you might know us. We also own the ice cream cart, the Frozen Tiki, which keeps us very busy in the summertime. And that's about it.
avid Blue Streak fans.
Super big Blue Streak fan, yep.
And then a big part of what Linda's going to be doing is, administrative duties, but also that Mylander Pavilion that we have down there on the Jackson Street Pier helping. She's finding out just how many people really want to use that facility. So welcome and looking forward to our at least the time of the year when it starts to get a little quieter before we hit the big summer. A little quieter.
Look, I was like, huh?
All right. Any, just getting into old business?
No business.
Got a couple updates from the golf course and ice rink front.
Yep. Winding down at the golf course, I provided you with a revenue comparison. September, $31,188.25. We were a little bit off track from last year, but when we hit that cold spurt in September, we kind of have plummeted with our people playing. But this year, we are already in our 12 days, our revenue is already at over 10,000. So I'm hoping we can keep on track with what we made from last year to the comparison that way. Just kind of some updates with what's going on with the advisory committee. I was able finally to meet with Site One about the irrigation system. We talked about some options, replacing the motherboard satellites. There's a new system out there that we wouldn't even need satellites, that we could just communicate through the computer. So he's going to provide me some options of just that. He's going to also provide me an option, just so we have some numbers to present both to Rec Board and eventually to Commission about cost of a total replacement. I did a little research today online. And they did the best comparison they gave a ballpark figure on versus number of sprinkler heads that you have on your course. So I estimated on hole 1 and 2, we have 30 sprinkler heads between our greens, fairways, and tee boxes. And this was, $1,300 to $2,000 is what they gave as a good ballpark estimator. So I'm going to do my own estimation. I'm going to go out and look at all of my sprinkler heads so I could try to come up with a good guesstimation for a replacement. He did give me some good suggestions just on some optional things that we could do. Versus we're going to aerate starting next week. We still do have a gaping hole between 7 and 8 because we have where we had to dig up our, the one where we had the leak in the main line. Well, when we pulled that up, we also damaged a portion of the sprinklers. So finding the parts for that was posed to be a little bit more difficult than we anticipated. It took us 2 days to find one part. And ironically, we found it over at Construction Equipment. We contacted, all of our vendors, and we found it over there. That piece has been ordered. It's not in yet. So then Tim Hinton will do his repair work, and then the water department will do the repair work on the main line break that we had. So we have not had irrigation out there for over a week, and you can definitely tell it's very dry. So let's hope we get a decent amount of rain tonight, because that will definitely help. I've also, under direction of the advisory, I have been securing bids for the trees. I have a meeting with one company on Friday and have feelers out to the 2 other for the 3 quotes for the trees. So that's coming along as well. We have two final outings this Saturday. They're doing a 9-club challenge, and actually one of our members is running it. We're just hosting it, where you can pick 9 clubs. You have to use 1 club per hole. Once you've used that club, you're done. So we'll see how that goes. Yes, and you could only carry 3 drivers, so anyways. So we have that, and then on Sunday, we have our backwards scramble. Right now, we have 17 signed up, so we have that one coming as well. Last month, we did our glow golf. We ended up with 46 golfers. Great feedback. We did purchase some permanent things, some solar lighting for the bridges, some lighting for in the cups, which are reusable, which we aren't continuing to buy the glow sticks. We have gotten a huge feedback on that. Our revenue that night, just for the glow golf itself, was, after expenses, we made $1,600. For when the course is closed, it's obviously it's a good event to run. Possibly maybe next year add a second one in the fall. So we do one in the spring, which we know is we try to do it in early as May as we can, and then we're going to end up I'm going to add a second one in the fall. Working on getting another golf league night. It looks like I have secured enough to start a league with city employees. So it looks like Monday night will be a league night, Wednesday night it'll be a league night, and Thursday mornings will be a league day. So looking at those 3 with the possibility of adding a couples league as well. So other than that, I think that's it for Mills.
Approximately how old is the sprinkler system?
It's over 30 years old.
Thank you.
We haven't swapped out all the heads yet. After all, we've replaced how many heads?
Yeah, and here's our dilemma. It's a Toro system. Toro parts are very difficult to get. So when we we purchased one sprinkler system because you have the capsule and then the insert, that was $375 for one. So I still do have two that need to be replaced. One is, it's right up by the tee box on one. But it actually took me over 2.5 months to get that one sprinkler that I even ordered. So when we did get it, we got it in, we got the replacement for that. Tim Hinton and the grounds guys have come out and spent a couple days working on replacing solenoids. Solenoids is another thing. That's another part that makes the sprinkler talk to the satellite. And it's a little screw-in piece, 2 wires connect. They're on back order, and Toro doesn't even have a date that they're even going to have them available. We had some extra in stock. We used all those, and then we started using some of the parts of some other ones, just so we could get enough of our sprinkler heads operational. So that could be a problem as we do that. I'll just keep checking to see, with the solenoids and getting those. And those average a solenoid is about $68 a piece. Anything else?
Moving on.
Civista Bank Ice Skating Rink, we did move forward with the Global Synthetic Ice, who was our one bidder for our RFP. That was taken to commission, and we've moved forward with that. We have received the dasher boards. It's coming in pieces and parts as it becomes available. We were promised to have everything within 30 days. That would take us up to November 1st. So that was what we were promised. I do know that ice skates could be an issue. So we're hoping that they were going to try to expedite getting those for that. The gentleman from Global Ice plans to be in Sandusky for one day to help installation the week of the...
It's the week before Thanksgiving.
So that
whatever
first...
date is.
So that's when he plans. We will then, hopefully, we'll pull the property maintenance, Scott James and his crew, probably pull, hopefully, at least 1 or 2 other guys to try to see how to put it all together with Chris, the gentleman from Global Ice, that way. We do not take possession of the skate shack from Good Time until mid-November. So that's the earliest we can get into that building.
Who runs that building of the city for the event?
For the event, part-time staff. So that's where we house all our skates in there, and that's where we work out of that front window. So it's just staffing.
The Good Time lease goes from April 15th through November 15th.
November 15th.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
All righty.
Moving on.
Avent and Sproul Park, we continue to work with Aaron Klein and his team over at the wastewater treatment plant and the project over there. We're in the process of getting numbers for both the playground and a concession/restroom facility. So as I get those numbers and able to share with those, hopefully I'll have those for you at the next meeting. But we continue to get those numbers and decide on a permanent location for the new playground and concession and restroom.
All right, moving on, fall program, Sandra?
updates, we're pretty excited about what's been happening so far at Mills with the out-of-school programs. The kids are really grateful that we're there. We have, next week starts our, it is basically the interest-based programming that's paid programming with with Make It So Easy, the sewing class. And then we have diversity dance, we have music with Mohawk Studios is coming in this week, and new this year is going to be the Harlequins Theater, which I'm excited about that, a theater camp. And we also have, we're going to be bringing in Erie Metro Parks to get kids to do their own podcasts. So that's pretty exciting too. And Midtown Supper Club, we're looking at that to be starting to rev up with registrations. This is season 5, and season 5 meets New Orleans. So you guys, we're going to be expecting the rec board to be a part of this season of Midtown Supper Club. It ends on Fat Tuesday, which is February 21st this year. So it's going to be delicious culinary. It's going to be delightful talent on the stage at Mills. It's going to go back to our original sit-down dinner theater type thing. So we'll have a play and the bunch of kids' music will be back. The music group will be back. We also are looking forward to the Black Mental Health Matters event, which is coming up on October 22nd at Mills. We have, it's an RSVP event. We had it scheduled for 60 participants, but we upped it to 80. We are at 56 today, as of today. It seems to be very attractive to the community to address. We have a guest speaker that's going to just begin speaking about the mental health of the community. So if you want to, you can RSVP for that event. But other than that, it's live at Mills, and we really encourage you guys to stop over and see the magic that's happening over there Monday through Thursday. Doors open at 3:30. Kids start pickup dismissal at 6:30. And shout out to Sandusky City Schools for feeding our kids dinner every day at 4:30.
And if I could just piggyback on the mental health program on the 22nd, just a great collaboration with both the Erie County Health Department and Ohio Guidestones in helping us put this program on.
Yep.
And they're stepping up to the plate where we're going to be able to provide some mental health services moving forward after this event. So we're not going to let it just be a one-shot thing. We are going to continue to provide mental health services to our community, and we're just so blessed to have the two of them on board and collaborating with us to provide that service.
Thanks, Chris, for your help, too.
Yeah, if any rec board members would like to come volunteer at our out-of-school programming, I know 4th and 5th grade math can be difficult for all, but it'd be good to have some fresh faces in there to help the kids out with their homework whenever you get a chance, or help getting the meals out there, or shoot some baskets, or shoot some hoops, and play some ping pong, and just come out, and we're trying to get that community atmosphere at Mills, and it's really been great to see the kids coming in every day since at least I moved over there the past couple of weeks, and being able to see the building come alive. So
Do we ever have people want to rent the gym like they used to? Is that still available?
we're starting to get requests. We had somebody use the rec room this past Saturday for a baby shower. So they rented it. What we tell people is we have to make sure we can have somebody available staffing-wise to whatever hours they're asking for. The rates, we can provide the rates to somebody. It's basically, we'll just say it here, it's $35 an hour for the rec room for city residents, $45 for those who don't live in the city for the rec room, and then the gym is $45 an hour for residents, and I believe it's $55 for non. And then we have combo, like if you wanted to rent the rec room and the gym together for residents, it's $60 an hour, and I believe it's $75 an hour for non-residents, and that's hourly. We don't have a security deposit for it, because we do have staff on site, so there shouldn't be any damages or anything that's left out of place.
While we're talking about cost, I know I'm jumping the gun, but is would there be a way to give a discount to like, sporting events for the city schools, since they're city schools?
Well, we always offer some sort of either discount or no charge.
Is what I'm talking
Oh, for Mylander? When teachers have school programming that doesn't conflict with already scheduled things that are in there, we've provided the space.
So like if someone in football wanted to have the football team in there, there's a discount?
Yeah, there might not even be a charge. It just depends on the schedule and when. We like to get kids and youth in that space, so as long as there's no conflict.
Is that with a coach making the arrangement, or?
Well, yeah, it'd be somebody that's from.
Yeah,
from
it
the-
would I would think you would have to have somebody from the school
Yes.
system who would be the person that would be reserving it. So you couldn't say you're having a parent reserving for the football team, because then it wouldn't be, obviously you want to make sure if it's school sanctioned.
Yeah, if it's something that's, like, I think we had a program for even AMVETs, the AMVETs kids, that
We
as
did
long as
that.
the board was there and the coaches, somebody was, being.
And the middle school, we give them the shelters at no cost.
That's very nice of you guys to do that.
And we waive the cost on shelters for school stuff.
All right, anything else in our old business? Moving on to new business.
All right. So October is usually the time when things are supposed to calm down, but like we joked about, it doesn't anymore. Witches Walk is back. Everyone should have a flyer with our Halloween events. If Witches Walk and the Cedar Point Trick or Treat and the downtown Trick or Treat and the Pumpkin Drop and the Good Time and everything else wasn't enough, now we have a Moonlight Market and a Moonlight movie. They're showing a movie the night of Witches Walk. So Saturday the 22nd, which is a week from Saturday, your downtown's going to be full of witches. And as always, the citywide trick or treat is on the 31st. That always stays on the 31st whenever Halloween is. We also have,
Is it?
what's that?
I think it's Sunday.
Yep.
Monday?
No, it's Monday.
Monday.
If anyone would like to help volunteer for the Cedar Point Trick or Treat on the 26th, or the downtown Trick or Treat on the 29th, or the cruise on the Good Time later that day, we could always use help with that. And Linda and I are already planning on handing out candy outside of Mills on the Monday night Halloween. So if anyone wants to be part of the neighborhood there and hand out candy, we're going to plan on doing that. Figured that'd be.
Kids wanted to know where the candy, was it going to be full-size candy bar? They did ask me that
So
yesterday.
worth their while.
Are they going to get 2 pieces, or they really want to know? Wow. How about that?
I want to know too.
They raise their hand. Ms. Tondra, is it going to be full-size candy bars that you guys are giving out?
I used to get those when we trick or treated. You got full size.
Yeah, moons ago.
How much?
I cannot confirm nor deny what kind of candy we will have, because you don't want word to get out, you know. So yeah, anyone that can help out with those events, let me know. We can always use help with that. And then also this Saturday, somebody brought it up, the donut 0.5K. That's something Ability Works is using the pier for. This is the first year they've used the pier, so it's a donut eating contest, and they have the 0.5K where people walk and get donuts from all these different places, and I think every donut shop in town is part of it. I will not be around to see that this year, but I hear we're going to meet with them tomorrow just to go over logistics. But they are looking for more law enforcement entries for the donut eating contest. Safety services, sorry, not just law enforcement, safety services. I know that they just put some out on Facebook for that, so if you know any firefighters or police that are interested in gorging themselves full of bear claws.
No. Being way clear.
There's no recreation board category for that, but any questions on the Halloween events? All right, the last thing I had on here was just, we're kind of brainstorming a bit on daytime programming at Mills, since the building doesn't really come to life till 3:30 on weekdays, and we've sat down with Open Way Yoga about doing some yoga and Tai Chi programming at Mills, but we're also looking for other things that we can do that would be for seniors or even pre-K. So the pre-K is what I probably should say, toddlers, any sort of programming to get the gym active. So any kind of feedback or any things that partners that you know around town that may, something that we wouldn't be duplicating, would be good to get some folks in the building at that time.
I know watercolors, if you can find an instructor, that's always extremely popular.
Wonder if Leslie does
It's a lot,
watercolor.
she works,
Yeah.
but
Do you
But I
have to be
know-
good at watercolors?
I do have
Paint by
an,
number?
what's that?
Paint by number?
You could do paint by number, but we had a watercolor instructor, and she did come up this way at one point. I can double check to see if she's looking at doing space. But her classes were extremely popular.
I'll take the stick figures class when you have it. That's about the extent of my artistic ability.
Sounds good.
Stick figures.
Any other things on Halloween events, daytime programming, new business?
Good time on the 27th?
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. So the volunteer and boards and commissions cruise for this year is Thursday, the 27th. It's a free cruise on the good time out at, from, I believe it boards at 5 till 5:30. Probably go out for a bay cruise. Hopefully the weather is nice. We had decent weather last year, but everyone should have gotten an invite to their email. If they hadn't, let me know, get that info to you. But the city wants to thank all of our volunteers and commission, boards and commission members for what they've done this past year. Are you going, Dave?
It's a Thursday.
Yeah, we saw that.
Anything else on our old new business? Anything, Jason, I don't know if it's November or October.
November, October 9th is the next meeting.
Okay, you got,
November,
sorry.
October.
It is November, October 9th. November 9th.
Jason, the only other thing we want to bring to their attention, we are in the process of putting a RFP together for the new civic/rec center, and we're going to present that to City Commission the first meeting in November. So we'll have an RFP ready for that, asking them for permission to go out and bring a consultant on board and determine location, needs, and what we want in our recreation/community center.
Moving right along. Moving right along.
What about skate park?
I believe there were, let's see, we had the couple sessions, but they're scheduling a public session. They were looking at November 1st, but I think there's a conflict with that date. I think they're looking at more at November 17th.
Yeah, looks like November 17th will be the next stakeholders meeting.
And it sounds like the skate, the bike, and the scooter communities are already rallying and figuring out what they kind of want to come to consensus instead of not fighting, but knowing that they want something that's going to serve all three, bikes, scooters, and skateboards. So that might give them a little more time, but that'll be sent out by Aaron Blair and then the OHM group.
Probably is, maybe even tomorrow. She was waiting to hear on one more.
Oh,
before
maybe
she sends
tomorrow?
it. Yeah,
Okay.
before she sends it out.
Jason, I have just a couple quick things. Our resident tennis advisor, sitting across from me, at the district tennis tournament today, we had an extra official because people look for those kind of things at the tournament.
That's awesome. Thank you, sir.
We're working hard on that. We want to provide good things for those tournaments. So there's certain people that give us advice and talk about those kind of things. So,
Thank you for
we're
the
doing
update,
what-
sir.
We're doing what we can. And earlier this week, a gentleman who worked for City Rec a number of years ago that left us and was in Florida, he didn't get hit by the hurricane, but we had a little meeting, and I had a couple of the original City Rec advisors. Mr. Kidwell was there, Mike Roth was there, and Danny Matika that worked for us at City Rec, and myself, and Dave Donor was the outside visitor. So we had a nice meeting and talked about different things that had gone on recreation-wise, and the big thing that they liked was the Mill School addition for us. So that was a big thing that we talked about, and how that was a nice addition to what we do, and we talked about some good old times. It was a good meeting.
Did Lil make it?
Little Hawaii.
Hawaii.
I know Matika was painting our rail outside of Mills for us, and we had a discussion about the track meets and how we're going to adjust for, pending construction, if there is, at that time, if there was anything going on,
About that too, we did.
and how we can really promote and get the word out better, and how we can keep the Mama Collins track meets going for a year if there's any conflicts.
So I had 2 rec meetings this week, so that's all I got.
Anything else?
Anybody else have any open discussion?
I move we adjourn.
Listen to you, come in late and leave early.
Man.
Good, all right.